Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. That's 3 videos in 3 weeks. I know, I can't believe it either. But it's true, and we're here with another KDA cosplay tutorial. Once again, this video is sponsored by Riot Games. In this week's video, we're going to show you guys how to make this crystal tail for Ahri. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking. Haven't we already made a crystal tail video before? Yes we have. But this tail is different. It's lighter, it's shinier, and it has magnets. Magnets. It's also really simple and easy to put together. Now, I'm sure some of you have figured out that there's a little bit of a pattern going on here, so make sure that you've subscribed so that you don't miss what we have in store next week. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure that you share it with your friends so they can also subscribe and make more awesome KDA cosplays. Now let's get to the video. Our free template for this Ahri tail is available at kenpatsukosplay.com. Start by printing out the template and cutting out all the pieces. Because of all the edges on the tail, the pattern is quite complex and there are a lot of pieces. But the build itself is really easy. To make the tail, you'll need to get thick cardstock. We're using 11 by 17 sheets with a 200 GSM thickness. Trace your pattern pieces onto your cardstock. If you have a printer large enough, you can also print the pattern directly onto them. Make sure you draw on all the dotted and dashed lines and corresponding numbers. Once you finish tracing the pattern, you can cut out the pieces. Score your paper over the lines that you will need to bend. To do this, I'm using a ruler and a cuticle pusher. You will now need to bend all the edges for your cardboard to make the geometric shapes. The pattern we created has dashed and dotted lines on it to show how to bend the pieces. For all the dashed lines, you will need to fold the pattern away from you, making an outward bend. For the dashed and dotted lines, you'll need to fold the pieces towards you, making an inward bend. To cover the tail, you'll need some kind of shiny adhesive vinyl. We found this cool glittery vinyl which we'll be using. Take your vinyl sheet and peel off the backing. Then you can take your cutout pieces and press them onto the sticky side of the vinyl. Make sure your lines and numbers are still facing you and not stuck down against the vinyl. Cut around your pieces carefully with a craft knife to remove them. When you're done, you will have a bunch of shiny pieces ready to be assembled. To start putting the pieces together, you can use clear packaging tape. Match up the corresponding numbers, line up the edges, and then tape them together to secure them. Continue to connect each of the pieces together with tape until your tail starts to form. Our pattern is only for half of the tail. So once you finish one side, you will need to mirror the pattern and repeat the process for the other half. Cutting out all the pieces and sticking them together is very time consuming, but in the end it's worth it. Once you have both halves of the tail built, you can then connect them. Line up the edges of the tail and once again connect them carefully with tape. When you're done, you should have a big shiny tail. The tail is relatively sturdy because of the cardboard and the vinyl, but you can add a bit of extra support with spray foam. Spray a bit of the expanding foam into the opening of the tail and let it harden. Then you can carve off the end of the foam and cover the opening with one last piece of the cardboard and vinyl. Now to make the harness. For the base of the harness, you will need PVC foam board. Cut out a 10 by 10 centimeter piece of board. To attach the tail to the harness, we'll be using magnets. Take 2 of the magnets and glue them onto the PVC board. The magnets we used initially were not strong enough, so we had to replace them with stronger ones so they held the full weight of the tail. So just make sure that you get good strong magnets if you want to use this method. You can then glue on a black strap to go around your waist. To cushion the harness, you can glue a piece of upholstery foam onto the inside of the PVC board. This will make it more comfortable. Glue Velcro pieces onto the ends of the straps to attach them. Now you can glue the 2 other magnets onto your tail. The tail is really lightweight, so the magnets will hold it in place. And if your magnets are strong enough, you can even attach your tail outside of your costume with the harness completely hidden underneath. Now you have a fully finished crystal tail.